What's poppin', beautiful people up in YouTube land? I put the 3 G value, you feel me? And this vid right here, the Travis Scott versus ASAP Rocky debate. Now, for years, people have been like, oh, this dude's this dude, this dude's this dude. Bro, let's get this straight, bro. These are two different people. What I would say though, they are similar in certain aspects. I always say this. Travis Scott is what ASAP was supposed to be, but that's not necessarily the route he wanted to go. The route he wanted to go is the route that he went, which is like being more experimental, still doing his like artistry craft. Now, as far as for like collabs and stuff, I feel like Travis and ASAP share that same realm in a sense. Well, Travis being like more mainstream, he got like 10 million collabs or whatever. But let me stop talking. I want to hear what they gotta say. I think there's more. It's definitely more on the music side. So let's check this out.
From the signature braids to their tendency to veer towards psychedelic music, there's grounds for hip-hop's more casual observers to try and portray Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky as being cut from the same cloth. But if you're really paying attention, rather than aiming to lazily look over their nuances, you can understand why they take an issue with this statement. Amid Ian Connor, HipHopMadness,
two different people,
and other members of the mob claiming that Travis...
But just like when ASAP first came out and they was trying to compare him to Tyler, you feel me? Like, it's two different people. I mean, you can't really compare. I mean, and then they became really great friends. That's funny. They got a bromance going on.
Scott took his look from A$AP Rocky. Rocky suggested that there was no ill feelings between them in 2016.
If you're gonna do something and influence people, you can't be like, you can't be arrogant about it when somebody gets inspired. They do say, imitation is the best form of flattery. And let the people decide if he.
I mean, honestly, I don't think he really imitated him, bro. Like Travis Scott, I mean, granted, like with the hair, okay, I get it, but these are totally different people, bro. I don't know.
Fighter, or if he authentic.
But if you fast forward to Rolling Loud of October of 2019,
the idea of the person, I guess you would say,
that Rocky's perspective had actually changed. Please don't compare him and me. You're offending me. This ain't a diss and we ain't enemies. They concerned with making hits, I'm more concerned with making history. Although Rocky is adamant that the apparent beef is so played out, Travis has remained characteristically silent on the matter, instead opting to plow ahead with constructing his new chapter in music. So without further ado, let's draw the battle lines and establish which artist actually has the bragging rights. First off, we got lyricism.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to it, that's what I'm saying. This is where they drift off, because they're equally as successful. It's just the fact that you got somebody like ASAP that just play off of just being free, like just freedom of doing stuff. Like when you want to go towards like that super mainstream route, you go Travis Scott or whatever. But ASAP, like he did a lot of stuff too. Now we about to talk about lyricism. You gotta get that to ASAP. Like production, that's even. Features, I would give that maybe on the Travis Scott side. Live shows, that's a toss up, because I've been to both concerts before. They both turn up. Debut album, pre-debut album, I don't know. That's hard, because Days Before Rodeo was crazy. And then the Live Love ASAP joint, that show was crazy. I don't know. Debut album, gotta get that to Travis. Style and fashion, even, cause they both are influential, bro. They got all these kids looking up to them how they dress. Cosigns, equal. Impact, equal, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. They equal in this sense.
To get things underway,
let's see what he said though.
Let's take it to the roots of what makes a hip-hop
ASAP definitely got the lyrics.
An artist. Lyricism. According to Rocky, the ability to construct bars is key to gaining your credentials as an MC. I came from an old school aesthetic, ASAP Rocky informed MTV. Me being 26, coming from the point of when I was coming up, it was all about writing your rhymes. And to his credit, this is something that's consistent throughout his catalog. Crafting poems to his rock star lifestyle, and capable of conjuring up a freestyle or constructing intricate rhyme patterns as he's done on tracks like Trilla, to the Tyler the Creator aided track,
I love that.
Potato Salad.
I love this.
He may not
OD.
be a top tier GOAT contender that hits home runs every single time, but Flacco could certainly hold his own in terms of bars if it came to a battle. Although Travis has proven that he can spit in the traditional mode over the years, most notably on tracks such as Al Farrow's Bad Mood or on the concluding verse of Antidote, the actual content of the Flames' verses often plays second fiddle to the complex arrangements that he and Mike Dean construct. Regularly layered in a sing-songy flow and intended to transport audiences to another headspace, Travis doesn't place the same emphasis on lyricism that Rocky does. Teamed with the news that Travis had followed in the footsteps of his mentor Kanye and employed Saha the Prince as a ghostwriter, not to mention others who have claimed they wrote for Travis, such as Tory Lanez, and rumors of Wale also writing for Travis on Apple Pie. This point most certainly
I didn't even know he wrote for him.
So Travis 0, ASAP 1. Next up we have Cadence. Okay, so let's veer into the complex world of Cadence.
It's crazy. The Cadence, bro. I feel like both you can give it to both of them, bro, in that aspect.
And in this area, the two artists couldn't be more opposite ends of the spectrum. In Rocky's case, his vocals tend to be propelled to the forefront of the mix, enabling his natural charisma and New York drawl to shine through. In La Flame's case, the studio has proven to be his personal testing ground and has pretty much enabled him to warp and transfigure the boundaries of his vocal cords in a way that surpasses the average use of autotune. Different as their approaches may be, it's impossible to say that both men don't excel in their own lane, and as a result, the points will need to be split in this one. Half a point to Travis and 1.5 to Rocky.
They told you, bro. You got the production, bro. That's insane. All right, production. No, I can't give it to Travis. I was about to say I was giving it to Travis. Production, I don't know, bro. Bro, as I said, every time you hear a new ASAP song is different, bro. Every project he does, he try to go in a different mindset spectrum. Like his artistry, you see his artistry go crazy. Travis Scott too, like I don't know. Let's see what he said. Let's see what he say.
Technically speaking, ASAP Rocky is a producer. Yet, as he's conceded, it doesn't take place in a traditional manner where he's actively contributing to the composition of the track, assigning much of the hands-on work to longtime confidant Hector Delgado. Flacco's role is that of a sonic curator that envisions what he wants to hear and leaves other people to do the legwork. By contrast, Travis Scott is immersed in every single note of his music, poring over the instrumental with an almost frenzied attention to detail. Having self-produced his own material, as well as lending his expertise and capacity for innovation.
Okay, I guess you could give it to
everyone from Jay-Z to Kanye and his own protege Don Toliver. His immersion into the process makes this an easy win for Travis Scott.
Yeah, I say you can give it to him easy. But like I said, bro, both productions is phenomenal.
When it comes to the contributions
features,
to other
Travis.
work, it's safe to say that each man exercises a degree of selectiveness that prevents them from lending their vocals to just any.
Because this Travis he'll have an album with Drake, he'll have an album with Future, he'll have an album with Ye, he'll have an album with Cudi, he'll have Young Thug, Don Toliver, and the Baby on one verse. Feel me? Whereas ASAP Rocky, he would just like lean towards like he'll have like the heavy hitter features, but like most of his songs on his track list would be probably just him or like an artist we hear about but not really that much, or like might be on the underground.
Trying to handle the bag. Over the years, most of Rocky's features have been in-house and bolstered his ASAP Mob brethren, which in cases such as Ferg Shaba, The Work Remix, and Pups have resulted in him outshining the primary artist. Elsewhere, he's made occasional forays outside of the camp to lend his distinct tones.
Oh, he talking about features in general,
including Rihanna, Lana Del Rey, Selena Gomez.
So now I gotta think differently, because I was just thinking like they were talking about just features on an album. Damn, the ASAP be laying it down. Then again, you can't go wrong with Travis. Like
Schoolboy
I don't know.
Q, and his partner in crime, Tyler the Creator. In most
I love
cases,
they
he does
collab.
a serviceable job and has often carved out an iconic verse. On the other hand, we got Travis Scott, who has a tendency of elevating tracks just by the virtue of his existence, often providing the counterpoint to a rapper's more aggressive verse.
One thing I would say about Travis is that I like how he developed his sound over the years. Because when he first came out and they was putting him on features, but he would outweigh too much. So like, what the artist would try to like, they would try to make the artist sound like Travis Scott on a song. Feel me? I didn't like that. Whereas now it's like whatever he get on, like it just eases and then make it like that and make it cohesive. It don't sound like, oh, I hear Travis Scott influence on that artist. Feel me?
Or delivering an entrancing hook, as he did on Thugger's The London alongside J. Cole.
Yeah, it was fire.
In the way that Rocky's doesn't quite. Plus, Flacco doesn't have a feature the caliber of a Love Galore in his catalog. Travis 2.5 and Rocky 1.5. Next, we got live shows. Although not relevant to all artists, live shows are something that Rocky and Travis take seriously. For both them,
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. That's what I'm saying. When you want to talk about mosh pits and all that, like legit, people will be like, "Oh yeah, Travis." No, bro. ASAP Rocky low-key started that. He low-key brought that to the mainstream, bro. Because I remember it was like 2011, 2012, first concert I ever went to see ASAP, bro. I was amazing, bro. Seeing that, like mosh pit and crowd surfing and all that, bro. He was first to bring that. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't give that edge to Travis, bro. You got this one's even, bro. This one has to be even.
It's not enough to just shout their verses over a backing track. Instead, it's a transformative experience that skews more
get the crowd involved.
Installation, or in Travis's case, a literal amusement park. Definitely not your average show. Although Rocky's Injured Generation tour was a sight to behold, all reports from the annual Yams Day suggest that despite the wrestling ring motif, Flacco and his crew left a little something to be desired.
Fucking asshole. I always want that jacket, bro. Now, ever since R.I.P. Kobe died, bro, them jackets is extra experimentary. I said that name, that word wrong. That's why I did that. But hey, OD bread now. It's OD bread. I seen a pack. Like they had the 3-pack, the all 3 jackets for like, I think it was like 50 grand. Yeah.
Meanwhile, whether you've been there in person or witnessed it secondhand within Travis's Netflix documentary, Look Mom, I Can Fly,
you feel like you want to be there, bro.
Tour, the first edition of its Houston festival,
electrifying.
And the devotion that he inspires from his fans.
He make little white kids cry. Like, oh my God, I love you, Travis Scott! Inspiration! He got that.
Full of flame in a league of his own, and so the point is gonna have to go to Travis.
Nah, bro, nah, bro. You gotta break that up, bro. I'm telling you, son. You're not giving ASAP his credit, bro. ASAP started that. Well, again, Travis Scott brought that to the next level, bro. He be having kids jump off of freaking anything they could jump off at his concert. Yes. All right. Yeah, give it to Travis. I give it to Travis.
Now that we've attended the skills department and established which areas each artist prevails in, we gotta move towards their discographies, starting with how they fared before their debut records formally introduced them to the mainstream world. Pre-debut album. Propelled into the public eye through ASAP Yam's ability to transform Rocky into an almost mythical figure before they'd even heard a track, the heady sound of Flacco's debut mixtape, Live Love ASAP, has only grown in acclaim as
it's a cult classic.
Seen as a benchmark.
But then again, that's a cult classic. Days Before the Rodeo is a cult classic too. Owl of Flame, if he counts Owl of Flame, I would say you give him the edge, because like when Owl of Flame came out, I was trying to get people to listen to trap. They were like, "The fuck is this?" Like it was more of like that. With ASAP, it was more of like, "Yo, who is this?" Okay, like you know what I mean. It was like, yo, like people was ready to give him a chance. With Travis, it was more like you had to like tell people to give it a listen, even though like I already knew like what he was about to bring to the game. Like, you feel me?
Era that infused New York swag with the codeine drenched, chopped and screwed sounds.
He was just so cool on it. Like
you just statement which spawned
I think that
classics such as
pretty
Peso,
motherfucker.
Purple Swag, and
Always
Brand
what
New
I'm
Guy, among
repping.
others.
Like, you hear that for the first time, bro. I heard that for the first. I'm like, damn, bro. Who is this New York nigga, bro? And why is he out swagging me right now, bro? Like, I gotta do something right now. I gotta do something right now. Like, this nigga on my YouTube screen is wilding right now.
Just one of the greatest mixtapes to emerge from the past decade, it's actually one of the finest to ever be released in general. By comparison, Travis's rise to the top was a lot more inconspicuous.
And his influence too, like I said, his influence I think might be more like, we gonna look at it in the spectrum of now, like with the little kids or whatever. But I'm talking about like the people, the young adults that just became like, 18, 19, bro. He really heavily influenced them, bro. Like Pop Smoke even said it before he said R.I.P. He was like, "Oh, bro, Travis Scott." Well, Travis Scott and ASAP Rocky influenced him, bro. I mean, he got to hear like Fabio, all these people. Fabio, he their peers. He their age, so I can't really put him like he being influential towards them, like. He doing his own little duck dizzle. I'm not gonna do that.
Initially making his way into the hip hop realm through his association with the Classmates, mixtapes such as 2011's Cruising USA may contain fleeting moments where Scott's potential is on show.
Yeah, see, like this, like if you're gonna count this, nah, ASAP wins it.
They pale in comparison.
I think you're gonna do like Isle of Flame or something.
By the time that 2013's Al Pharaoh arrived, and more specifically,
that's an Isle of Flame, Al Pharaoh.
Days Before Rodeo.
Days Before. Oof. This, bro, when this came out, I was like, yeah. Whew.
The Flame had finally came into his own as an artist and was beginning to arrange his sound to the incredible heights that it finally reached. However, there's just no competing with Flacco in this department. Point to Rocky, 3.5 Travis.
Because like with Travis, it was like more of like it took people like to see his super mainstream, like, don't you open up the window, to people to be like, oh, tell you, as soon as ASAP came on the scene, bro, he shot the visuals, bro. You see them in Harlem getting jiggy and Jimbos, bro. Alright, yo, that was an instant, bro. Instant. People was like, yo, who is this guy, bro? Like, for me, they was looking more at Travis when he first came out, like, who is this weird, like, Kanye West trying hard look alike? That everybody want to be him. It's crazy.
Next, we got debut album and beyond. After signing
debut
a
album,
joint deal with
gotta give it to Travis. Gotta give it to Travis. Cause like, as much as I like ASAP's first album, Travis, that Rodeo is hit different, bro. Like I said, that Antidote, bro. I remember it was just, bro, when people first got put on to Travis, bro, on the mainstream look, bro. I remember I went to a cookout, bro, listened to Antidote like 17,000 times at one cookout, bro. Like, come on, he got more songs. Like, wait, don't you open up the window? Niggas getting crazy though. Don't you open up the window? I'm like, all right, we opened up the window already, my guy. Like, chill.
In comparison to his mixtape Glory. While both At Long Last ASAP and Testing had magical moments that showcase Rocky's true capabilities, both albums suffered from inflated runtimes and experimental tracks, which, although admirable, didn't materialize into anything significant. Well, I mean, outside of
cult classic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got a cult.
In contrast, Travis has only gone from strength to strength when it comes to crafting timeless studio albums. Ever since the hypnotic musical tapestry of 2015's Rodeo set the tone, both Birds in the Trap sing Brian McKnight and 2018's sprawling interstellar journey of Astro.
You sing Brian McKnight probably was the weakest one, but that still was equally fire. But, bro, you want to talk about Astro World? Oh my god, bro. Yeah. That's what made Travis Scott, bro. He got that Kanye gene, selling a used pair of socks for like $17 trillion, and everybody gonna buy.
Only up the ante. Discounting collaborative albums such as Rocky's Cozy Tapes or La Flame's Jack Boys, there's little ground to argue that Rocky's albums have the cohesion or incredible hit-to-miss ratio that Travis has achieved. Travis 4.5, Rocky.
Because Travis is more on the mainstream spectrum. Like I was saying earlier, like ASAP experiments a lot, bro. That's what I like about him. Because when you first, like the Testing, like his last album that he dropped, like when I first heard it, I gave it one listen. I'm like, oh, that's cool, bro. I don't know what it was. Like later that summer, bro, I was just seeing myself visiting it more and more. Like, oh, like because the sounds on it was like, yo, like you feel me, like. Same as his other albums. I'm like, yo, like joints is fire. Like
section that both artists are more preoccupied with any other section: their legacy, style, and fashion. First off, we need to get into.
Nah, this is tricky, bro. This is what I'm saying. Influential wise, both of them got it. Now, when you want to talk about like if you want to sell a cheeseburger, you already know. You already know what Travis got. He already got the style. He was to put a shirt. Travis May got it, but like I said, bro, nah, they gotta. You gotta. This is a tie, bro. Tie.
One of the
tie.
key components of what sparked their apparent beef in the first place: style and fashion. While Travis has inked lucrative deals with Nike and is no slouch in the wardrobe department, it'd be impossible to suggest that anyone except for Kanye has both changed hip-hop stature within the often sheltered world of high-end design.
Then that's what I'm saying. When you were talking about that, exactly what he just finished saying. ASAP, bro, single-handedly made niggas aware of like high-end, bro. Like, cause I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm a vintage nigga, bro. Like. I brought maybe like, you know, high end shit here and there, but I'm not really a high end nigga, bro. Like back in the day, you know, high end was big. Like people was wearing like Prada, like Maury's and all that. But like, bro, when ASAP came out, bro, he had niggas on Magella. He had niggas on. I mean, even though like niggas was doing it before, like to the mainstream, bro, you see more people talk about Mason on Magella, Balenciaga, all that. Like come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Yes, while emphasizing classic elements of the cultural heritage other than Rocky. Aligning Goyard with gold teeth and actively boosting the sales of the former.
So it's saying he made that ratchetness that you would have seen in the 90s that would portray like a black culture and made it acceptable on a runway, bro. Like who you gonna see? How you gonna see white German people on a runway with some grills or something like that? Now you got we to the point where now they wearing Jordans on a runway. Like, come on, bro. Like that white was doing that before he was doing it, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Like Kanye walked for people like him to run. Feel me? So like when we seen him do it, it was like, oh yeah, it's cool. When Kanye did it, it was like, oh, it's kind of weird, like weirdo. But like the people that put in the forefront, like you feel me, like.
This popularization of Margiela, Rick Owens, and Alexander McQueen has made him a tangible force in remolding the look of hip-hop. Or as he put it,
like before us, there was people with fashion and whatnot, but it was on like Kanye or Pharrell or something like that.
That's exactly what I was saying, bro. Like, I'm coming from his generation too. Kanye, ASAP a little bit older than me, but like, I'm still in that same time, like timeline, bro. Looking at fashion, bro. Moving forward, it was the Pharrells, it was the Kanyes, it was, you feel me? Like, I could even put like Lupe. I could put like feel me, like certain people you seen it or whatever, and then like that made me get onto like the Margellas or whatever when I was in like high school or whatever. So then when I see somebody like ASAP bringing it to the masses, like bringing like this is when we started hearing archive vintage, bro. Like vintage on that, bro. He was on that time, bro. People started talking about, oh, I want the old high end, all that. You feel me? It's like, what? Feel me? He had that power. Now
that's standard. Like, yeah. No, you gotta
standard,
have some
bro.
Type of freshness. You know that we brought that back in the hip hop.
Point goes to ASAP. Trav 4.5, Rocky 3.5.
I'm happy he gave that to ASAP, bro. He influential, bro. Had to get that to him.
What are the cosigns? When you consider an artist's impact, it's hard to separate them from the rappers that they propel up the ladder.
I feel like their cosigns equally too.
Travis has a clear path for his own stable of artists, such as Don Toliver, Sheck West, and other Cactus Jack affiliates. It'd be hard to argue that he's placed the same sort of focus on pinpointing new talent as Rocky has. Within the Cozy Tapes alone,
I feel like Travis Scott might win on this one because ASAP Mob, bro, they as much as I like them, on a mainstream level, bro, like they kind of been a little disappointed in the fact that like only ASAP, Rocky, and Ferg is like the two big staples or whatever. Feel me? You got 12, you got Nash. Feel me? You got what's this nigga name? See, but I gotta think of the nigga name. Feel me? Like they, like whereas like ASAP, whereas Travis Scott, in the end of the day, he still got like some improvement too, like with his people. Cause Shaq West, he got that one hit and he got like some cult classics or whatever, people, the fan base or whatever. But really, the person out of him that he got is Don Toliver. Now Don Toliver, I feel like he can go sky high or whatever. So I would say maybe in a slight edge will go to ASAP. I mean to Travis in this one. Just the simple fact that because like these people just came out, whereas like people ASAP Mob, like bro, it's been almost 10 years and like you feel me, only got Ferg that's big. Everybody else is just like in their own little room, staying comfortable.
Flacco followed the late Yams manifesto and helped bring artists such as Lil Uzi Vert, Made in Tokyo, Playboy Cardi, and even Skepta to the forefront prior to Drake acquiring the British MC services on More Life. Amid helping to shine a light on everyone from Ski Mask to Slump God, alongside his association with the Beast Coast crew, there's no denying that Flacco...
Okay, now if you want to say that, all right. You give it to ASAP, man. Like, okay, because he got that other group, AUG, so he got like Playboy Cardi and all these people, or whatever the case may be. All right, ASAP. Okay, ASAP. I see. I forgot about all that. I'm thinking he just talking about like simple, like just his team.
So now
like it's his team,
mob,
the mob.
To Travis and 4.5 to Rocky. So last but not least, we got Impact. For their final point, we have to take a look at their overall impact, not only in the hip hop world, but also in popular culture at large. Both artists have aided in the
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a slight edge to Travis, I think, on this one, because he's at the point now. But like I said, bro, he's selling burgers, bro. He's selling burgers, bro. Like, you feel me? It's one thing to be like, yo, ASAP, like somebody that's like 18 now, like 19, 20. Like, oh, ASAP inspired me, bro. I wear the skinny jeans, ripped jeans because of him and all that. You feel me? Like it I don't know, bro.
Of many styles within the modern day hip hop ecosystem. And if you were to look down the lens of the chart success alone, Rocky would edge Travis on the billboards by 2 #1 records to 1. However, where the sound of his debut mixtape was revolutionary and has inspired many copyists, Rocky's approach was ultimately derivative of a few different sounds that were then amalgamated together to form his signature sound. Where in Travis's case, he has not only aided to remolding hip-hop as we know it, but he succeeded in doing so, whereas some of Rocky's attempts of innovation have fallen on deaf ears. And as Travis put it, while listening to the playback of Astroworld's Juice WRLD assisted track No Bystanders for the first time, this will change rappers' drums, BPMs, melodies. It's gonna change his flows. That's what I'm trying to do. I could wait another year and never hear another song like this. People are gonna go crazy on this one. And to his credit, he was right. As a result of the massive benchmarks and sound that he's created, Travis narrowly edges Rocky on this one, and as a result, he comes out on top. And the final score is Travis Scott 5.5 and ASAP Rocky 4.5. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do y'all agree with the final score?
I agree with it. Now he brought it up to a different spectrum.
One in the comment section below, and what other rappers you'd like for us to compare and contrast. And
this was a good comparison because I was waiting for somebody to do this.
And as always, I'm your host Pro the Goat. Follow me.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to do this. Because at the end of the day, bro, like I said, son, like if ASAP wanted to, bro, if ASAP Rocky really wanted to, bro, he can have all of that other extra stuff that comes with it. It's just that he's taking the route of like kind of like independent. It's like he want to just like be free and do like certain things or whatever. Whereas Travis Scott's taking that route where like he still being like his artistry is just working for him. Like he creating different sounds and all that, but still leaning more towards the mainstream way of doing things, whatever the case may be. But I mean, like I said, bro, I respect both of them, bro. They both are super influential on just hip hop in general right now, bro. Like they vets now at this point, bro. Like, you feel me? So yeah, like you can't go wrong with either one, bro. But yeah, I hope young sons keep doing what they doing. But it's your boy G up and out of here. Peace.